So when it comes to Python, there is two versions of Python. So when Python was being created then, they created the first version and it's Python 2 version. That's the name of of the version 2. Now this Python 2, they started writing it and it's getting work done. But when it got to 2020, they discovered that there's a way they can improve it more to be able to the robustness and some sectors they want to use it to capture. They now develop Python 3 because currently when we start to code, we are going to be coding with Python 3. Do you get? So Python 2 yìí 2020 ni ó expire, let's use that word expire, ó expire ní 2020 January 1. So since then they have been making use of what? Python 3. So another concept I want you to be informed of is called Python IDE. Python IDE. What this Python IDE means is that Python development, integrated development environment, integrated development environment. So what this means is that, you see, let's say that I want to write a Python code. One thing you need to understand about you writing a Python code is that you need three things. They might not explain it in the manual, but I just want to explain it. You need three things. The first thing that you need is code editor. That's the first thing you need. The second thing you need is translator. The third thing you need is debugger. Code editor means where you are going to write your code. Code editor. Translator means tí o bá ti kọ code tán, nǹkan tó máa okay, then I told you that Python is more like English. Now nǹkan tó máa translate English yẹn sí nǹkan tí computer máa understand, that's what? Translator. And if you remember then I said that the translator Python make use of is what? Interpreter. Please do you get? Now number 3, we need debugger. Sórí tó bá ti kọ code sí ibí, ó ń lọ sí ọ̀dọ̀ kọ̀ǹpútà, but kó tó dé ọ̀dọ̀ kọ̀ǹpútà, sometimes you might write error in your code. Now there is this guy that is in between this place, they call it debugger. What debugger will do is that it will check for what? It will check for errors in your code. That's basically what debugger do. It checks if there is error in your code before it takes it into the computer. There are some cases that you write rubbish that if it gets into this computer, right, it can cause a problem, right? So this guy is there to check it out. Now if you want to write a Python code, instead of you to have 3 tools, o máa lọ download the code editor, o máa lọ download the translator, o máa lọ download the debugger. There is now something called IDE. IDE means that all these 3 things will be built inside one thing, and that thing will cater for everything. Do you get? So an example of an IDE is PyCharm. Another one is Python, the one we installed earlier. Another one is Anaconda. Do we get? So those are examples of IDE. So there's another concept I want you to understand, and that is, according to your manual, that is reasons for increased popularity. Reason why Python is very important these days, very, very popular these days. So one of the reasons here is that first, code readability, ease of writing, just like English, as I explained. Python is more like English. 2, they say that fewer lines of code, shorter than Java. There's another programming language called Java. You might not really need that for now if you are not in computer science, right? You might not really need that, but this Java, tó bá jẹ́ pé a fẹ́ sọ fún a fẹ́ ṣe bí something like 2 times 2, when that 2 times 2 is equal to what? 4. In Java we might write something like 8 lines of code for us to be able to execute this thing, but in Python we only need what? Something like 2 lines of what? Of code. That's why they say that what? Fewer lines of code. Number 3, e says that the philosophy is simplicity is the best. So that's one thing you need to know, is that Python is built on this philosophy that if you do not, if it's something that is not simple, they really don't push it out. Like, they always want to make sure that it's something simple. Do you get? Good. So futures of Python. Please, I want you to pay attention here because they might ask question in this part. So one, the first thing they state here is that what? Python is what? Open source. Open source and community what? Development. Python is open source and what? Community development. So what this thing is talking about is that this is not possible. I really want to give an example. Surely, a ní nǹkan tá à ń pè ní First Bank. Àwọn tí wọ́n develop First Bank, meaning that àwọn tí wọ́n code ẹ̀, bí wọ́n ṣe code ẹ̀, code tí wọ́n lò and many stuff like that, they can decide to make that code public. What it means that they want to make the code public is that they will make it public such that anybody can come and add something to it, right? In some code or program, there's this way that it might not be perfect and we know things more than each other. So anybody can just come and add something to it. So that's basically what open source means, that you as an individual, you as a developer, if you know how to code and you notice that this also features on Python is not really doing good or making sense, you can go on there. It's open source. You just go and add the code to it, and if it works successfully, they will accept it and you will be put there that what? You are the one that contributed to this thing. So another feature there is that versatile, easy to read. We have explained that. High level language, we have explained that. Interpreted language, we have explained that. Then we have another one called application of Python. Where can Python be used? It doesn't just make sense that we are learning it if it's not something people use. So good. One of the application here is number 1, GUI based desktop application. Surely, what they are trying to say here is that, let me give you an example of a GUI based desktop application. If you remember, when you want to write your JAMB, exactly, that JAMB orí system ló ti ṣe. System yẹn wọ́n wá ń pè ní desktop computer. That JAMB, they can use Python to develop that type of software. Good. 2, web framework and application. You can use it to develop websites in the back end. You can use it to develop how website works. Good. Number 3, operating system. You can use it in the development of operating system. Popular operating system for computers, we have the Windows operating system and we have the Macintosh operating system. That's the iOS operating system. That's Apple. For phone, you have Android and we have iPhone, right? I know a lot of ladies, they like iPhone. So number 4, we have software development. Good. So one other thing I want to make sure I want to read, which I want you to go and read in your manual, is the pros of Python, meaning that why Python is good. Easy to read. Cons, yeah, one of the cons that Python one of the cons in which Python is lacking is that speed. Python is fast, but not as fast like programming language like C, C++. Shey you get? Good. Lest I forget, one of the application of Python is what? Is the development of AI and machine learning. AI, an example of AI is ChatGPT, Meta AI. So Python is one of the core programming language that they make use of in developing all this type of what? Software. Do you get? Thank you so much.